Thanks very much, Andrew. Now then, imagine if your partner snored so badly that you had to sleep apart. And imagine if it was so loud that sleeping in another room wasn't good enough. We're going to be talking in a minute to the husband and wife who've taken extreme measures. Before we do, enjoy the sight of Chris's nose and mouth a little bit longer. Take a look at a typical night in the Fitzgerald household.
Chris Fitzgerald's snoring could wake the dead. The 53-year-old aircraft electrician is so noisy at bedtime that long-suffering wife Karen is at her wits' end.
See you tomorrow.
Chris suffers from sleep apnea, where he actually stops breathing when he's out for the count. My doctors tested him and found that in 10 minutes, he stopped breathing an incredible 6 times. Chris, however, is blissfully unaware. He thinks his snoring does have one advantage, though.
I've not had my sheds tampered with or anybody coming round the back because I've been sleeping in the caravan, because just like a burglar alarm, I can see them off with my snoring.
With that racket going on, any self-respecting burglar would definitely stay well away.
Gosh, you might know Chris Fitzgerald and his wife Karen from the roads behind, from the sound of that snoring, Chris. It's pretty full-on, isn't it? I mean, it's actually very bad.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me, because I'm asleep. It's everybody else that's surrounding me, isn't it?
So you don't know what the fuss is about?
No, I can't understand what the fuss is about at all.
Well, let's talk to Karen about it then. Karen, how bad does it... I mean, we saw you put him in the caravan, in the shed before you had the caravan. How bad does it get?
Oh, it's really, really loud. You can't sleep if you're at the side of him. No way. No, it is bad.
So actually, it's impossible to stay in the same room as him when he's actually sleeping?
Yeah. Well, last night we slept in the same room for the first time in ages. I've had no sleep. I'm shattered. And it's as soon as he goes to sleep.
So it's straight up. But do you never wake yourself up through your snoring, Chris?
Well, during the night I wake up because I apparently got sleep apnea. So sometimes during the night I fall asleep. I stop breathing. You see me? So when it's like falling off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
You know, and you get that shock when you go to sleep and you think, oh, what was that? And that's me when I stop breathing, and I wake up then.
But then you go straight back to sleep and start snoring again.
Eventually.
Because I mean, we're laughing about it, and it's there's a funny side to it.
Well, it's quite a serious thing, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, how bad for your health can this be?
Well, I'm tired most of the time. I never get a full night's sleep. You know, I'd love to somebody give me a pill or an injection so I can sleep all the way through the night. It'd be great. And then wake up refreshed in the morning. I don't know what it's like. I must get about 2 or 3 hours sleep every night, really.
Because you're constantly waking up and falling back to sleep and waking up.
Yeah, constantly. Yeah.
How do you feel, Karen, about the fact that you banish him to the caravan in the front drive?
A bit cruel. I didn't banish him as such. It was a decision he made. I think he got sick of me being narky because I was so tired. Because I work in customer services, and it doesn't do for me to be narky with the customers when they come in.
Yeah.
I'm just tired. So.
No, of course.
And have you tried lots of other things? Like, we've had quite a few people texting and and emailing us with suggestions. Like Victoria Ward from Southport says, I pulled his nose hairs out with tweezers to stop my husband from snoring. Have you tried that?
Have you seen the size of him? I don't think I can get away with that, do you?
There was one night when the pillow came over my face. So
Really?
Yeah.
What remedies have you tried? I mean, have you tried
No,
this?
you know those strips? You can get a strip that goes across your nose.
And
you can get the spray.
Yeah.
And all sorts of things like that, you know. And I drink constantly water all the night, sort of lubricate your throat a bit. But nothing seems to work. They're going to give me a machine eventually. This machine that they're going to give me in the sleep disorder clinic at Blackpool, it blows air up your nose and keeps the back of your throat open so it doesn't vibrate. And the vibrating is the snoring bit.
How long have you been snoring? Sorry to butt in, but I was just going to say, how long have you been snoring?
It's been as long as we've been together, isn't it? I didn't know I snore before because I was on my own for years and years and years, and then Karen came along, of course, and now...
It got worse after an operation, didn't it?
Yeah, I had an operation on my nose, inferior turbinates trimmed or something like that to stop me nose. And since then, the snoring's got worse.
It's got worse. And what about your kids? Because you've got... Your children are there as well, and they have to put up with this too. Can they sleep?
Jack thinks it's hilarious, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Jack thinks it's funny. He gets a bit annoyed in the day if he's tired and he can't go and do the things he wants to do, like swimming, ice skating. He does get annoyed then, but
If I'm too tired, you see, I can't take him.
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, I do my best. I mean, for my age, I mean, I go ice skating, bowling, swimming. I've got an 8-year-old boy. You can't get out of it, but you're absolutely shattered. You know,
I mean, does he ever come camping with you as well?
In the caravan? Yeah, he does. He loves it. Comes out camping with me, take a DVD in there or whatever, you know.
See, I think you could harness all that air, couldn't you? You could possibly start up a small wind farm.
Wind machine, yeah. I was thinking of that. Actually, I phoned up the electricity company and they're interested.
I should imagine they are.
They're trying to find a way of plugging it in, though, and they're not too sure where to plug it.
I think there was various options that we have been sent. Thank you for all your suggestions. Carolyn Leeds, I find placing your hand gently but firmly on your husband's privates works wonders, which could be the answer.
No.
You're not in the same room, so you can't.
And then there's Helen in Carnarvon. To stop my husband snoring, I divorced him. Is that an option?
Maybe.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
If you are a chronic snorer, log on to the website, of course. There's plenty of advice, gm.tv. Anything you need to know about stopping snoring.